Yeah. Man. Very nice fair lady. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to today's episode. I know in my previous video I said we were going to check out a few used cars and then talk about the Evo and some channel direction stuff. However, I got way too sidetracked for that and I ended up filming way too many cars and I didn't have enough time to go over what I really intentionally made the video for. So today I'm gonna re-accomplish that and we're gonna knock this thing out. But first we're gonna check out a few used cars that I spotted, so stay tuned. So we are back here at AK Auto Brokers. I've done a few videos here in the past. So I'm pretty sure what these guys do is they find auction cars that folks out here want and then they get them shipped. They kind of work as the middleman. They get the cars shipped out here, get them registered, and then hand them over to the new proud owners. But they do have some cars that have been out here that they do sell. So I think they do purchase cars. So they work as a dealership, but they can also help you find the car of your dreams. They have a website, so if you want to check them out, if you're headed to Okinawa, you can definitely reach out to these guys and they can help you out finding a car. Or if you're already here and you just want to come check out some of the cars on the lot, feel free to do so as well. I spoke to the gentleman a while back about this Evo, got a little bit of information on it, but they got some new cars on the lot, so we're going to check them out. And first we'll start off with this R33 right here. This is not a GTR. Obviously we can tell from the front end of the car, the headlights and the fender flares on the rear, but we're gonna check it out anyways. So it does have the GTR spoiler, catback exhaust. I'm pretty sure you just throw a GTR badge on the rear and you could fool anybody. Some aftermarket wheels. But obviously the seats are different. It is manual, it is 5-speed. It does have a Momo steering wheel, but I don't see any information in the window. It does have JCI until October 2020. A little bit of rust on these bolts right here. You can see it bleeding down. Fairly clean car though. It does have these ducts right here, which is a nice little touch. Pretty sure that's a GTR front bumper, but obviously the headlights are GTST. And it's missing the big front mount intercooler. And next we will just go ahead and take a quick look at this Evo 3. This thing has been out here for a long time. I don't know why this car is not moving, but it does need a nice bath, I'll tell you that. Look at all this running down here. So this car is a 95, which means it'll be ready to go back to the States in 2020 next year. And it is the Evo 3 and these things are awesome. If I were to take back an Evo from the first gen, I would definitely try to get my hands on a 3. But last I checked, he was asking $13K for this, which it just seems like a lot. I mean, the car is not perfect either. You can see a little bit of rusting right there. You can see a little bit of paint work done right here. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. We also got some rust right here. I mean, it's an old car. You know, I don't know if the camera's picking up in there. Let me see if the camera will focus. You can kind of make out the coilover. It's got T in coilovers, but it is rusted. So just seeing rust like that, I mean, it's definitely not a good sign. The interior looks really worn. The shift knob is worn out. Steering wheel is gonna need replaced. Not a fan of these aero mirrors. Like, look how small those are. I know 13K seems kind of like a lot. These have been repainted as well, pretty bad job. A little bit of rust right here where it was repainted. It's already rusting through. And a few little rust spots here and there. So I don't know, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I have featured it in the past, but there is an Evo 3 here for anybody that's looking for one. Just know that you're probably gonna have to put a little bit of work into it. But here's a really nice JZX90 Mark II. It does have a temporary tag on it, which means they're probably getting it registered. Somebody probably purchased it already. It's got a nice body kit on it. I really like it in white. Nice front mount intercooler. And here's a 180 SX, nice little S chassis. These are pretty sought after. You can actually get these pretty cheap on Goonet Exchange. It's not a bad option if somebody's looking to take a JDM car back. And then here is a Toyota Supra. This is what I really wanted to come check out. A buddy of mine actually hit me up on Facebook and I was like, hey, check out the cars they got. So I wanted to get some more details, some more information on this. Supras are a hot car, you guys know that. We're just gonna try to see if it's a RZ or SE, because that's like the deal breaker. I mean, SE, there's nothing wrong with an SE. I know a Supra is a Supra. It is manual, but I'm no like professional. I don't know how to tell right off the bat other than maybe seeing the intercoolers, which I don't see an intercooler on here. I think normally you can see it from over here if I remember correctly. I do like the color on it. I don't see a lot of blue Supras and I'm really digging it. Yeah, I don't see any front mount of any sort. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably say this is a Supra SZ, which means it's got the 2JZ GE instead of the GTE. Can't really make out anything in there as well. It looks like it's got some of the auction paperwork, but nonetheless, clean car. The paint looks like it's in really good shape. Try to get a little peep underneath. I don't see any rust on it, so that's always a good sign. This 180 though is super close. All right, moving along. Some Suzuki Jimnys back here. I think I saw these on their website. They're asking like 4 to 5 grand for these. So these are really cool. I like these a lot, and they're pretty cheap. You can get your hands on one that's 25 years old and take back relatively low. Yeah, this looks real good. Lifted. These are yellow plate cars, which means they are turbocharged. One is manual. The interior looks super clean. This 350Z is still here, the Z33. That was in the last video. I'm not gonna really go over that one. Here's a WRX, and I don't know why they don't have prices on the cars. Some auction paperwork. It was a grade 3. I think it's on a scale of 1 to 5 if I remember correctly. Not a perfect car. I mean, it does look a little dated, but it has STI right there. I don't think this is an STI. Subaru guys, you might be able to chime in and let me know, but it's always good to see a GC8. I do like these. Here's a Toyota Hiace. These are cool. They've got these panorama sunroofs on them. I've seen a few of these tricked out. Here's another Jimny. Here's a Honda Odyssey. We got a bunch of Land Cruisers out here. Hey, and another Subaru WRX. It's gonna need new speakers. But man, I don't know where the prices are at. And I don't know if this is a STI. It's got the big old spoiler. Overall clean car. I don't see any STI badging. So like I said, Subaru guys, you might know, I can't tell off the bat. Usually when I see a big spoiler and a bunch of STI badging, I'm like, oh, STI. Nardi steering wheel, aftermarket shift knob. And then we're gonna check out this SW20 MR2. Big fan of these. I really, really like these cars, especially the ones with the 3S GTE in it. There's a little bit of a hood gap right there. And there's a factory hood. So usually when I see gaps like that in the body lines, it means maybe there's been an accident, because on this side it's perfect. And then following the body lines, you can see it gets more narrow. And there's a big gap right there. So I don't know if the hood's been replaced. Aftermarket wheels, they are works. And no information on this one either. Sorry guys, I do apologize. But hey, we don't see a whole lot of MR2s. I haven't featured a lot, so it's always good to see one. And I love a mid-engine car. I bet with one of these with a built-up engine, nice turbo, take the T-tops off, just hearing that engine roaring behind you. I'm gonna go ahead and assume this has the 3S GT in it, but this is a very clean looking car. It's got the dual exhaust right there. Huh. I'll see if I can look online and see if they have any prices of the cars, but there's nothing posted on here. But I think that's gonna be it for AK guys. So I'm gonna head back to the car and we're gonna talk about the Evo. I'm not gonna go on like another wild goose hunt, but let me know what your favorite car in this lot was. If I could pick one car from what I know, or what I think I know about all the cars here, no, I'm feeling that MR2 right there. Like, I do like the Evo, but just seeing the rust on the Evo, it's kind of scary. It's a tough one. I've already had R33, it's not a GTR. That Supra, I'm pretty sure, is an SZ. I definitely want an RZ. And then the 180 SX is cool. I do like the JZX90 right here, but really liking that MR2. So that's just my thoughts on the cars on these lots. All right, guys, so the time has come where I talk about the channel direction and the Mitsubishi Evolution 4. So I've hinted in the past that I was gonna post a car for sale after I got JCI, and I got JCI this past week, and I did post a car for sale, and somebody reached out to me and they were like, hey, I wanna buy it. I'm not gonna tell you who it was, but I will drop a little hint for you guys in the meantime until we go a little bit further. So I will say the Evo has been featured on YouTube in the past before I took over the Evo. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys can probably figure it out, some of you who have been with the channel for a little while or know who I'm talking about, but we are working it out right now where the Evo will probably end up in mainland Japan. I'm gonna leave it at that, so I'll let you guys ponder on that and think about that. But I'll talk more about that later. I'll get more videos further down the road once that time comes. But for right now, I wanna talk to you guys about the channel direction. Since I am selling the Evo, I realize my brand is the Evo. So my channel icon at the bottom right of your screen, you see the little clip art of the Evo. My channel banner has the Evo in it. I'm gonna try to steer away from that. And I realize that every time I've owned a car, I've always based the brand around that car, and it gets kind of confusing. Originally when I started my YouTube channel, I had a Genesis Coupe Turbo. And in the Genesis world, there's the 2-liter or the 3.8 liter. For those that don't know, aren't familiar with that car, I had the 2-liter, and on the forums, it was always dubbed as, oh, the 2-point slow, because it only had like 220 horsepower compared to like the 330, 340 that the 3.8 liter had. And I ended up putting a little bit of money into it. I had it tuned with a bunch of bolt-ons, and it put down like 260 wheel horsepower and like 320 pounds of torque. So it actually ended up putting down bigger numbers on paper than the 3.8 liter from the factory. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna name my channel Captain 2-Point Slow. since those that were watching Genesis videos already knew that, hey, this guy's got the 2-liter turbo, not the 3.8, right? Also, I was a huge fan of Top Gear on BBC, now Grand Tour. I'm sure a lot of you guys watched the trio. James May was always dubbed as Captain Slow. He's like the least aggressive driver between the three. He's always kind of taking his time. And I'm a big fan of James May, and I was like, you know what, Captain Slow, 2-point slow. There it is, Captain 2-point slow. That was my YouTube channel for the longest time. I sold the car knowing I was moving to Japan, and I immediately bought a R33 GTR. For those that have been with me since then, you guys know I had the V-Spec GTR, which has a RB26 at 2.6 liter. So I was like, you know what, I'll change my name because it's not Captain 2-point slow. Obviously the R33 GTR and that engine are pretty monstrous engines for Japanese cars, for Japanese standards. So I changed it to Captain 2.6 for the inline 6. And then ironically enough, about a year later, I sold that car, bought the Evolution, which has a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with a turbo, just like the Genesis Coupe. So I'm kind of doing a full circle, and I was like, man, do I want to change the name again to Captain 2 Slow? And I was like, no, that's too much, I'll just leave it. So if you're ever wondering where Captain 2.6 came from, that is like the origin of my channel name. That's where I got it from. And I don't want to keep changing the brand of my channel every time I get a new car. I don't want to base it around and be obligated to, you know, have my content solely based on one car. Out of the 100 videos I posted over the past few years, I realized out of the 100, I think like 5 are dedicated solely to the Evo. So I'm really not posting day-to-day Evo videos. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to brand my channel as a car anymore. I want to just change the brand to what this channel is. And this channel is me seeking out JDM cars. I'm JDM Legend Hunter. I'm going around, obviously I'm in Japan for another 1.5 years or so. And I'm gonna try to find and video film as many JDM cars as possible. And I'm not going anywhere. The channel will continue. I don't know where I'm at. Obviously I'm in the military, so I don't know where my next assignment's gonna be. I could be in Europe, I could be back in the States. That time will come next summer and I'll know a little bit more, but I do wanna carry out the channel and keep this thing up. I really do appreciate all the support you guys have given me, and it's been a lot of fun. It gives me something to do. It's another little hobby. On the weekends I go out and I'm literally trying to scope out JDM cars so you guys can kind of live vicariously through me. You know, if you don't have the chance to ever come to Japan, or if you're planning to come to Japan, or you're already here and you want to find these cars, I'm just trying to do like a public service and not let these cars go unnoticed. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them are kind of rotting away and who knows if they're gonna get crushed. So I'm just trying to cover them before they are no longer, or the ones that are on the, you know, on the road that are really nice. Obviously I want to feature those and, you know, pay the respects to those cars. So that's kind of where I'm at now, but I don't want to be locked into one car for my channel. So with that being said, I would like to open up a competition for you guys, for my subscribers, for my viewers, to where we can hold a competition where you guys can try to recreate my channel art, my channel banner, and my logo. And I'll probably pick the top 3 I like, and then maybe go from there, and then maybe do a poll. And the winner, I will send the winner a JDM care package, kind of like how I do for my giveaways, you know, with a bunch of JDM goodies. And I feel like that'd be really cool, because then you could have your work on my channel that you could see, and I think it'd be a win for both. So just let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in, if that's a good idea. If not, I can always hit up Fiverr, or I can even try doing it myself. My current channel art I did on Photoshop, but I'm not the best, and I know some of you guys are probably really good at graphic design, so that's why I want to reach out to you guys in the community, see if you can help me out, and I will definitely hook you up if you come through with a nice setup. But that'll come probably in another video. I'll like officially announce that with like some of the details, some of the things I'm looking for. But in the meantime, just keep your ears out for that. But that's where I'm at right now. I definitely just want to rebrand the channel a little bit. I don't think I want to change the name, but I definitely need to change some things up. So just let me know, comment below. If you already have some good ideas or anything like that and you want to go direct with me, my email will be in the description below. You can email me, or if you're on Instagram, you can go on there and privately message me and we can chat. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this video up. I definitely want to just get that off my chest. I wanted to get it off my chest the other day when I was out filming, but I got too sidetracked and I didn't want to drop like a 40-minute video. So today I was like, all right, I'm gonna go and get some cars and then we're gonna talk channel. So that's that. Sorry if it was long-winded. If you're still watching, I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. But throw me a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, comment below, let me know what you guys think about everything I just said, and also what your favorite car was at AK, and we'll go from there. But expect to see an Evo vid here in the near future. Before I do ship the car out, or before I do sell it and hand the keys over, I definitely want to do a JDM car of the month review on it. Just a dedicated feature to the car that I'll have on my channel, something that I'll always be able to remember and like look back, and like just a full walk around, interior, exterior, maybe a drive, sound clips, the whole 9 yards. Just a full video feature on the Evo. You guys have been asking for a long time, and I definitely want to drop that video. So that'll be coming before I get rid of the car. So that being said, I'm out. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my weekend. It's another beautiful day here in Okinawa, Japan. It is Sunday, maybe the beach, I don't know. The weather is warming up, so we'll see. But I will see you all in the next video. Take it easy.